Scissors. They do one job and they do it well. Why do I show you that? Well, because in this video, we're looking at the Topping D10 Balanced DAC. Now this little guy pretty much does one job. Well, technically it does two, but basically it takes a digital signal and converts it into an analog signal so you can hear it on your headphones or your speakers or whatever. Simple, it works. Let's get into it. What's cracking, audio fans? It's David here from Prime Audio Reviews. Here's the little Topping D10 Balanced. Isn't it a cute little device? Just a little box, pretty sweet. Now this thing retails at $139-ish, and it's just a very simple black box. It does have this rather large orange display on the front. It's probably flickering on the camera now. It doesn't flicker when you look at it with your naked eye. It's got this big orange display. Basically, it just shows you the bitrate and the file format. So I was playing a DSD file, so that's why it says DSD. Most of the time when you're playing music from your computer, it'll be a PCM signal. That's irrelevant. I'm rambling already. But let's have a look at the outside of the device. It's got the most important thing right here. It's got the high-res audio sticker, so you know you're in business when you got one of those. Now, this thing is powered by a single USB cable. This is a power and data cable, so you don't need an external power plug or power cord, just that. And here you've got your balanced TRS outputs. Now when I first got this device, I thought I was going to have to front for some converters or adapters like this, but you actually get these two adapters in the box, because I doubt that there's many regular audiophiles that have TRS balanced cables just laying around. Well, maybe you're different. I don't. But there they are. So boom, boom, like that. And that goes to your amplifier, basically. And on top of that TRS output, you've also got a SPDIF, this optical, and a coaxial output as well. Now that is for if you want to use the DAC here as a digital bridge. So if you've, for example, if you've got an older DAC that doesn't have a USB input, you can simply, plug this one into your computer and then send the optical out to your old DAC, and there you go. You can utilize your streaming or your digital library from your computer. So that's basically it. It's got these 4 nice feet on the bottom, so it doesn't scratch your table, and it sits there pretty nicely. It does, when you've got these plugged in and some heavy data cables, no, oh God. Let's try that again. If you've got the adapters plugged in and some reasonably heavy audio cables, the DAC can be a little unbalanced. Like if you have the cables here hanging off the back of the table, sometimes it lifts up the unit a little bit like that. Nothing to worry about. Put something on it or get some adapters, get a load of cable, figure it out. All I did was pull it away from the edge of the table a bit, and it's sat there pretty like it's doing right now. So there it is. That's the external. Simple build, just a little box. Feels good in the hand. It never gets hot during use. So let's keep things moving and talk about the performance. Now, I'm not a measurements guy so much, especially when it comes to DACs and amps. If you want to check out the measurements for this unit, go and look at Audio Science Review. They've got all the graphs there. Basically, what it comes down to is the Topping D10 Balanced. Like most Topping DACs, it has a very neutral, extremely clean signal, very, very ridiculously low distortion, and basically it just measures about as well as you can get. And considering the price is like $139, this thing measures a lot better than many much more expensive DACs do. So basically what it does, it takes your digital data and it outputs it as a pure, clean, unaltered, uncolored sound going straight to your amp. And what I love about that is it really lets me hear the character of the unique character of the different amplifiers that I plug it into. For example, what I was using this with most of the time was my Burson Funk and the Felix Audio Echo amps. And knowing that the topping DAC here has a very neutral flat signal, I knew what I was hearing was whatever character I was hearing was coming from the amplifier. And that's really useful for someone like me who likes to compare the sounds of different things, check the synergy of different setups and whatnot. So yeah, what I thought was going to be a really boring review during the actual testing. This video might be probably boring for you, but when I was listening to it, I was anything but bored, man, because this thing sounds fantastic. Now that probably sounds pretty strange considering I just told you that it's really uncolored and unaltered and all that stuff. But, you know, I still believe there are some subjective qualities that come through in every DAC. And what I hear with this one is two things stood out to me the most, and those are the soundstage, the quality of the soundstage, and the spacing between instruments. So really beautiful holographic 3D soundstage, but the spacing between each instrument, beautiful clean black background. The soundstage is both wide and deep, but that will depend somewhat as well, of course, on your amplifier and your headphones or your speakers. But yeah, fantastic soundstage. Look, the timbre of everything just sounded spot on. There was no saber edge or harsh artificial edge to the sound whatsoever. I have just been having such a good time with this DAC, and you know what? I think it's going to actually stay on my desktop because I just love how it sounds so much. And I do really appreciate the convenience of an all-in-one unit like a DAC and headphone amp, or headphone and speaker amp combined. I do love the convenience of an all-in-one unit, but this just sounds so good. And like I said, it can really help me isolate the difference in my amplifiers and to a lesser extent, headphones and whatnot. So right now for me, my desktop setup is the computer feeding into the Topping D10 Balanced here, then out to my Burson Funk amplifier because that has headphone outputs and speaker outputs. It doesn't have, the Burson doesn't have balanced headphone output, unfortunately, but whenever I need to do that, use a balanced cable or balanced headphone, I've got loads of stuff lying around. But for now, that is my desktop setup, and that's the way it's staying for the moment. So guys, I'm not going to ramble on forever. That's about it. All I have to say about the D10 Balanced, the Topping D10 Balanced. I think this is a stupidly good unit, really good price. Like, consider this is cheaper than a lot of those dongle DACs you see floating around. This is cheaper than those. This is cheaper than, well, most things, but just don't take my word for it. Check out the measurements online. Even on Topping's product page, they've got their own measurements. If you're looking for something to pair with an amplifier that you've got already, or you're looking to build a little system with separate components, I would highly recommend this. In fact, if you told me you wanted a straight up DAC that did nothing else but convert digital to analog, I would recommend this #1. So that's it guys for this video. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up, Parfam audiophile style. Don't forget to check out the links in the description to the written review and my social media channels. And if you're new here and haven't subscribed, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And until next time, I'll see you later.